obviously one of the things we did see across last year was the mass adoption of remote service by large, it was out of necessity. And I've done a lot of work around this. The team at Field Service News Research have done a couple of specific studies. Well, one specific study, one more broader benchmarking study, which I've done quite a lot of analysis on. We've done a lot of interviews around this area, and kind of I'm trying to piece together, what it means when an industry, and it's of course field service isn't just an industry; it's multiple industries. It's when so many organizations arrive at a point simultaneously that perhaps they weren't ready for, they haven't put the processes in, and suddenly there's this rush. But what we saw was it was proven, okay, we can deliver service in a different way. And so there's this mass acceptance. And so I've been trying to piece together how the traditional role of field service sits alongside that. And one of the points I've got to is I think that the holistic service portfolio, the hybrid blend between remote and on-site service, I think the majority of service calls will be delivered remotely. That could be self-fix, it could be guided self-fix, it could be leveraging knowledge bases, or it could be a technician even that's a local technician, right, being guided, so leveraging the blended workforce. But I think where the value proposition of the field service visit comes in would be having that subject matter expert coming in on site, and it becomes almost a role where it's part consultancy, part optimization, and having somebody come in and say, right, I'm going to spend a day with your assets, Ali. I'm going to look at everything. I'm going to be able to interpret the data based on our entire fleet, our entire install base, and give you some best practices, help plot out a roadmap. So I think the role of the service engineer, to a degree, the on-site engineer, could potentially evolve quite considerably. And again, I think that's a path that we may have seen already, because that's evolving into that, it's leveraging that trusted advisor status. What's your thoughts around that?
Yeah. I'm not sure if there's a question in there, Kris, but I'll go on.
Yeah, exactly. It was more of a just yes. That's something that I've been thinking about. Make it sound make it sound a bit better.
I think what has been interesting is there's been, over the last decade or so, we've talked about technicians changing the work that they're delivering, right? It was, I want the technician just to do more jobs in a given day, in a given week, move from 3 to 4 jobs, move from carrying 2 devices or 3 devices to carrying 1. Looking at, interacting with just the asset and not the customer, then selling to the customer, and then getting back to, no, they're not a salesperson, so let's not do that. So that evolution we've talked about is continuing to change, and technicians are having to pivot quickly based off of those new KPIs. What I think is interesting about that, kind of trusted advisor mantra that has been, a theme for some time now is, can we ensure that the technicians bought into being that trusted advisor? I think one area that, needs to be better aligned is, are we asking our technicians what they want to be? Can you segment your technician profile? Because I think there's going to be some time when you just want a tech to just get the job done and move on. There's going to be some time when you want the technician to spend all day with a customer or a set of users or operators on site. There's going to be some time when you want the technician to see competitive equipment that's on site and be able to cross-sell opportunities. But those are all different use cases that you need to be mindful that your technician has the visibility into what they're walking into, so they can put the right face on the right problem, right? Because I think if I'm a customer and the machine or the asset's been down for a week, I'm not necessarily wanting the technician to come in there and be a trusted advisor and sell me other things, right? I kind of just want the technician to get in there and fix the asset so my operations can go back and get back up and running. So I think it goes back to my previous comment around what quality experiences are in an evolved world, and can we have different profiles of technicians in more of an on-demand nature, where sometimes I'm tapping into a remote, collaborative, centralized expert, and I just need a junior tech to just turn the wrench and get the job done. Sometimes that junior tech should be a salesperson that can sell our portfolio of equipment or service offerings. Sometimes that technician should be able to have a conversation with a customer, end user, customer, and walk them through how service will help their business grow. And can we, through technology, as an analyst, I have to talk about technology from time to time. Can we, through applications and platforms and products, have one technician be multiple things based off of the job that's in front of them? And I think that is where I see where remote collaboration and merged reality, mixed reality, AR, VR can play a role in tapping into those multiple personas that are necessary in a technician on a given day.